Hi guys, it's Sunil here, head chef at Bartlett Mitchell. I hope you guys are all staying well and keeping safe. I've come up with a few recipes that you might want to try at home, and hope that you can cook along with me. We should have some fun. Yeah, so let's get on with it. Here's what you will need. First, put all the flour, the salt and the oil into the bowl, and then with your hand start mixing those ingredients together, and then you want to add the water. You can make a little well in the center and pour the water into the well. Gently start working the dough together with your hands. It'll feel very sticky and messy, but that's okay, it'll dry out. Add the remainder of the water. When the dough starts coming together in your hand like a ball, you're able to transfer it onto a table and start kneading it. You'll find that it comes together quite quickly. Work the dough with your hand, and really it's just a case of finding your own rhythm when you're doing this. There's no perfect way of doing it. Just find your own rhythm. Take your time, and you don't have to do it so quickly. But as soon as it comes together into a ball, which should take about 3 or 4 minutes, put it into a bowl, cover it with cling film. Rest it for about 15 minutes, and when you come back to it, it will be really soft, quite smooth, and it'll be ready for the next stage, which is you're going to roll it into a sausage shape. So just stretch it out a little bit until you've got kind of a rectangle, and then just roll, and then at which point you'll have a kind of a sausage shape, and then you just want to cut it into 5 equal pieces. This is going to give you 5 rotis. So the next step is you take the 5 pieces and you just roll in your hand to make a ball, and dip it into a bowl of flour. Dip each one into a bowl of flour, and once you've done that, just set them aside. And there you go. You're ready for the next stage. You've got 5 rotis ready to roll. Now you are pretty much ready at this stage to roll them and start cooking them, but I thought I'd add in another little step just for those that want to make what we call paratha, which is a dough, it's a roti that's been layered or laminated with fat, in much in the same way as puff pastry is, and it makes a very flaky roti. Really delicious, really good with particularly with a curry, and great to eat with your hand. And so all you do basically at this stage, take each one, roll it out, and you need a little container with some oil and a pastry brush. And all you're going to do, where you've got once you've rolled it out to say about 1/2 centimeter in thickness, just brush it with the oil. You can alternatively use butter, ghee, sunflower spread, vegan spread. You can actually use any fat. You can even use a meat fat at this point. Once you've brushed it with oil, cut a section in the same way that you see me doing it here, and just fold it into one triangle. Keep folding until you got one triangle, and then push it from the center down. So what you've ended up with is an interior that is very well layered with oil. Keep doing it with the remaining ones. I definitely recommend that you give this step a try, because it's actually a lot of fun, and it's a really nice thing to learn. All right, beautiful. You now have 5 rotis or parathas. Lay them in a plate with some paper in between, and just chill them down. So you just want to get a black iron or non-stick frying pan will do. You can use a tawa if you have one. That is a flat, thick iron, kind of like a skillet that we tend to use for rotis and chapatis in Indian cookery. it'll get very, very hot. Make sure you turn it up so it's really, really hot. And then just lay the roti in without any fat, without any oil at all. Don't use your hands, use a pair of tongs. And you'll start to see this bread bubbling up, and it'll start to look amazing. And keep your eye on it. Don't take your eye off it, because it does cook within about a minute. It'll be cooked. Once it's bubbled up, you want to turn it over, and then you'll start to see those kind of very recognizable black spots on the bread. Dab it with a little bit of oil. What this will do is create a little bit more smoke, so make sure your hood is switched on. And then turn it over. It'll kind of it takes less than a minute to cook, and you'll be able to see all of those lovely sort of roasted kind of spots on the roti. And that's it. Cook the remaining 5. This is a really, really good bread. It's perfect with pretty much anything you want to eat it with. Some roasted vegetables, some fried eggs for breakfast. Have it with a curry, obviously. Now we're moving on to the next dish. Okay, so once you've got all of those ingredients assembled, it's really, really quick to cook. You just fry in some oil the curry spices and the chili. It'll be quite dry in the pan, but that's okay. All you're really doing is you're just adding a layer of flavour into the pan. You then add water and the chicken stock, and then you just basically bring that to the boil. Add the curry paste, the satay paste, and keeping the heat on and quite hot. Everything will cook very, very quickly, and stir it all in. You'll begin to start to smell the curry spices, the satay paste. The next step, when it's boiling, is just to add about 3 tablespoons of noodle water, which is the water you cook the noodles in. When it comes back up to the boil, you want to add the coconut milk. Add all of the coconut milk at the same time, and then just keep stirring it. If you are using fish sauce, this is the point where you drop the fish sauce in, and again just keep bringing it to the boil. Add the chicken pieces to it, and then stir it. Add the veg, and again bring it back up to the boil. It's nearly ready now, just a couple of seconds really. Now this is a bit where you get to plate it up. Take the noodles, add a little bit of soy, a little bit of sesame oil. That's if you'd like to do this. Add some sesame seeds to it and just mix it up, so you've kind of made almost like a noodle salad. Put that into the bowl first, and then take the boiling laksa. Using some tongs, just put everything inside the bowl and then pour the broth over it, and there you have it. And if you want to add some coriander to finish it with, you can. Now the chicken skin bit, what you want to do with the chicken skin is fry it off. Fry off the chicken skin so it's very crispy. Add it to a pestle and mortar if you have one, with some crushed peanuts, and then grind it up, and this makes a very nice nutty, salty finish to the laksa that you'll be very, very impressed with, and that you'll definitely want to make again.